All right, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, here we go. Let's see what this week has for you. We're going to do the same decks I use for all the other signs. We're going to do Tosha Silver's Oracle, Wild Offering Oracle, Kim Cran's Spirit Animal, and Radley Valentine's Angel Tarot, Angel Wisdom Tarot. So let's start with the tarot and see what message is coming through right off the bat. Thank you, Spirit. Seven of Air, Seven of Swords. All right, here we go. A loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you are being honest with yourself. Embarrassing secrets. So sometimes the Seven of Swords to me, especially in this card, I feel like it's, if you can see, he's running away and there's people at a fire pit behind him. He's got all the swords. And Spirit is watching him. You see the bird? Spirit is watching him run. And it's either somebody in your life is hiding, or like right now in this reading, I don't normally read this card this way, but I feel like maybe you're hiding your real self from the world. You're not being who you, maybe you don't know who you are yet. Maybe you're not really sure what you came here to do, and that's okay. And that's why you're here on this channel, right? That's why you are on YouTube watching readings, is because you're trying to figure something out. You're trying to get answers. We're always looking for answers. And a lot of times that's our ego. And I would love to guide you to hit pause on this video and go meditate, because that's where you're going to get your answers. You're going to get your answers from you. But the readings do help because Spirit does have messages for us in these cards and in these readings. And then it's almost like breadcrumbs. They're giving us little bitty breadcrumbs. And when we get them, we grab one, keep it to us, right? And then we go meditate on it. And then we see, what is Spirit? What are you trying to tell me? Universe, what did that message in that meeting or reading with Michelle mean? Can you please show me what you want me to do with that message? And that will guide you to start asking yourself and to asking what you believe in, so that you don't have to rely on readings to get your answers. Because I want to teach you to empower yourself to be able to traverse through your own life, knowing that every situation you can stop, breathe, ask yourself, does this feel good to me here? Does this person feel good? Did they just leave me feeling okay? Nope. Okay, now we move on. Nope, I got my answer. And when you can do that, that's so empowering. Then you can leave situations and just kind of say, like, see ya, that fire pit is not where I wanted to be. And Spirit is guiding me and saying, yep, you can go. But you could also leave the swords. You don't have to take them with you. You could also lay it out on the table and tell them why you're leaving. You know, it's super important to always be honest with yourself and make sure that your side of the street is clean and that you're being honest with others, because when they see you being honest and you being real, they honor that. And then some people will not honor it. And some people are sneaky and they'll sneak away and they'll steal things from you and they take your energy. So this reading could go so many different ways. So let's get another card to kind of confirm what it all means for you, you beautiful air signs. Oh, crocodile. It's that resting, submerging, waiting, observing. He's waiting. He knows when to attack, or he knows when to kind of like resurface. So it's like he's cooling off. He's chilling in the water. He's seeing what's going on in the world. Maybe this is like a worldly thing. You're seeing what's going on in the world. You're seeing all the division, all the divide, the people that are greedy and taking and running, and they're only wanting to be around you because they want what you have. And you have to sit back, wait, have a really keen eye and say, is this person for real? Can I trust them? Am I overlooking something about them? And when you finally are resting there, submerged, waiting for your answer, meditating, asking yourself, does this situation feel good? Because it doesn't feel good to me. And that's when you get your answer, and that's when you surface and you take action. So let's see what prayer cards we get regarding the action that you should take. First one. Thank you. Forgiveness, perfectionism. Okay, the action that you're being called to take is to forgive somebody. Maybe it's to forgive yourself. We have a butterfly, beautiful flower petals. Forgiveness. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. And then we have perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from this prison of perfectionism. Okay, so people aren't perfect, right? So maybe somebody that did steal, that did lie, that was rude, that was only wanting, maybe they were like only giving you breadcrumbs, right? Maybe they were only giving you the least amount of their time and you were like kind of taking it and being like, wow, this is really great. And you finally now see your worth and you're like, I can't believe I settled for that. And you can forgive yourself for being in that situation and not seeing it sooner. It's okay. People are deceptive. Sometimes it's, it's okay. You're not always going to see that person who's running with the swords. You're not going to get to see their true colors until you really take some time to step back from the situation, cool off a bit. Don't have like a heated response and just say, okay, let me see every aspect of the situation. Let me try to have forgiveness for this person. Maybe that's what they were taught as kids. Maybe they are not awakened and maybe they have no capacity to love. Maybe they were not loved as a kid. Maybe everybody took from them and they're just wanting theirs back and they don't know how to control it. And this could mean so many different things. I kind of wish I was doing a one-on-one reading right now because I feel this sense of like somebody was working with somebody or dating somebody and they were either hiding something the whole time or their motives were just off and they weren't fully in it. And in partnership, you have to both be fully in it. And if there's lies and if there's deception, then it's going to crumble because it's not built on a solid foundation. And we can forgive that situation. You can completely forgive that when that happens to you. If somebody cheats on you or if there's any sort of deception in any kind of way, you can look at that person and be like, thank you so much for teaching me what I don't want. I'm going to move forward in the next partnership and I'm going to be able to see those red flags thanks to your behavior. I'm going to be able to see it in other people and I'm going to say, oh, that looks familiar. Nope, no thanks. I learned that lesson already. But if you didn't learn that lesson, you'd be walking in blind to these future people that might just continually burn you. So be so grateful for that 7 of Swords because it showed you what you don't want. And you can forgive it and move on and be like, thank you so much, universe, for bringing me that nasty person. They showed me how wonderful I am. They showed me that I would never do that to somebody else. They taught me how to see the red flags in the future. It's such a gift all around, but so many people sit in this perfectionism thinking that everybody needs to be perfect. And why did they do that to me? And I don't understand this. Why can't they be more like me? No, everybody has their own experiences. Everybody has their own trauma inside their bodies. And you don't know, people might tell you things, but you don't really truly know what happened to them as kids. And maybe they don't want to tap into it. And that's, I think we have psychologists say we have 65,000 thoughts per day. 95% of those thoughts are from the subconscious. It's from the root of us that was created when we were kids. It's that inner voice. And we were like sponges from like 2 years old to like 8 years old. So whatever we saw, heard, whatever, participated in, it was like locked in back here. So now in our adulthood, guess what's driving all of our subconscious choices and decisions and partnerships? It's that little kid in us. And when we meditate and when we awaken, we see that we are not this anymore and we separate ourselves from it. We see the thoughts, we see the lies, we see the stories that it tells us that we're never going to be good enough, we're not going to make enough money. We let go of that perfectionism that our ego is trying to keep us trapped in, and we can see the deception of our own mind. But guess what? You might have been in a partnership with somebody who didn't see that. They're only living from that subconscious. 100% of their decisions are being made from this hurt little kid who was abandoned, who was abused. So you cannot hold hatred towards them. You have to forgive them. They don't even know what they're doing. It's like I use this analogy all the time in my readings. It's like giving a 10-year-old your keys and saying, drive me to Wawa. Thanks. I'd appreciate it. Yep. We need to leave like right now. Let's go get behind the wheel and drive me. They're going to look at you like, what? I don't know how to drive. I'm terrified. This is a big moving like thing of metal. I got to drive it. I don't know how to do this. They don't know. They don't have the capacity to do it. So when you're asking somebody who's trauma filled and they haven't done any healing and they're not on a path, they can't love you. They don't have the keys. They don't, or they have the keys, but they don't know how to work it. They can't do it. So you have to forgive them for hurting you. They didn't know how to drive. So when you can do that, when you can rest and submerge and really like see the big picture, that's when life becomes better, because now you can let go of toxic situations and people and be like, oh, I don't have to deal with that person anymore. And I'm so thankful for them. And I don't feel anything in my body that's toxic related to them. That is freedom. And that concludes your reading for this week. So forgive anybody from your past who's hurt you, who's lied to you, who's taken from you, who's currently doing it. They don't know any better. You're handing a 10-year-old keys right now and asking them to drive. That's when whatever you're expecting them to do and to make things right, they don't know how. And you can't be the one to teach them. They have to do it on their own. And sometimes leaving them is the best option, because you're going to spark that awakening in them and you're going to allow them to feel pain so they can break their heart open so that they can learn these lessons. Because the only way we awaken is when we experience some sort of, it can be a spontaneous awakening. It can be from grief. It can be from a loss, a breakup, a job loss. It like hits your heart so hard that you're like, whoa, I see life differently now. And I can see my subconscious thoughts and I'm not going to believe them anymore. All right, lovies, I will see you next week. Please like, comment, subscribe if anything really resonated for you. I appreciate it. I love to get these messages out there to as many people as I can, because I know there's a lot of hurting people right now, especially with what's going on in the world. Sometimes one message in one video can change a person's day. So I would love it if you guys could help me share these. All right, have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you next week. Bye, lovies.